Hello, DigiDustin. Welcome to the King's Court. Okay, so I'm pretty excited because this Saturday is going to be well. First off, really quick, if you're new to the channel, thank you so much for clicking on this video, and if you're a returning viewer, hi, how you doing? Okay, not Saturday, this Friday, January 18th, is going to be the Digimon TCG pre-release for BT22. And if you're watching this, you got to be just as excited as I am. So really quick, before we get to that, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell for more videos. We're on the road to hitting 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year. We're really close to hitting 700, so if we hit that soon, we'll definitely do an update video on the channel and give a little, sneak peeks to what we got planned. So BT22 is going to come out this Friday. Now, I want to discuss this because if you're familiar with the channel, I focus on Black War Greymon slash, War Greymon adjacent decks. Primarily Black War because Black War Greymon is my favorite Digimon of all time. And Gaiomon actually falls into that category because, I've mentioned it a million times, but, Gaiomon, Black War Greymon, they're connected. So I want to talk about how the new set is going to affect the Gaiomon deck because we got two slash three cards coming out in this set that are going to be very impactful for the deck. So I want to go over some possible ratio ideas and also discuss on what variant of the deck is probably going to be the most preferable now because remember, there are two versions for the deck. There's the black base that I've been enjoying a lot lately and the red black base. Now the red black base, if you're familiar with it, is the one where we use the red Coralmon because that one gives us extra draw power, and it's also we focus more on like the red Greymons and that sort of thing, and metal Greymons too. The black base is where we obviously focus on the black Coromon, and I wanted to start off with this because I feel like personally going forward because the three new cards we got, which I'll leave pictures of them really quick. Well, really quick, let's go over them in case anyone needs like a slight refresher course. So we have two cards that are going to really impact the deck, and a third one that I feel like is pretty good, but I think there's that one's up for discussion. So the first one I want to talk about is the new tamer we're going to be getting out of the set, Yuko Kamashiro. Now, so she's a 4-drop, tamer. Security. Play this card without paying the cost. Okay, cool. Start of your main phase. If your opponent has a Digimon, gain 1 memory. Sorry, my phone. When the attack target it changes by suspending this tamer for the turn, your opponent's Digimon's effects don't affect one of your Digimon with Greymon in its name, or the CS trait, and it gets plus 3,000. Now that's really good. This effect right here too. All turns once per turn. When attack target is changed, if this Digimon is Eat or Eve, or one of your Digimon gets 3,000 DP for the turn. So, the reason I'm bringing this up because this effect works by when an attack target is changed. That means not only will the new Black War Greymon, when we eventually get in September, on my birthday, ironically, is going to be playable for the deck, but also this means a lot when it comes to the Metal Greymon and overall the structure of the deck because I think the black base might be the better way to go due to the fact that the black base primarily focuses on changing directions, aka raiding, blocking, especially that sort of thing. So that's why I wanted to bring this up because the new Tamer really just goes hand in hand with it. The other card, obviously, is the new Gaiomon we're going to be getting in the deck. I'll go over it really quick. Play cost 13, Digivolves for 5. This Digimon has Greymon in its name. It can Digivolve for 4. Okay, so Raid and Reboot. Now, Raid. We all know how Raid works. So that means not only will this activate the Yuko, but because if we run the black base, this will also activate our structure deck black Greymons and Agumons. The Koromon too, but the Koromon set, that's like the biggest issue when it comes to the black base. The Koromon leaves a lot to be desired. Alright, when Digivolving, you may unsuspend one of your opponent's Digimon. Then this Digimon may attack. So it's kind of like a soft blitz in a way. And I do like the fact that it lets you unsuspend a Digimon because there are times where your opponent has like no raid targets and we really need a card to raid over in order to activate our effects. So I feel like this card honestly does have a place in the deck. All turns once per turn when an attack target change. This Digimon gains piercing and 5,000 DP for the turn. So, if we use this in tandem with the new Yuko, not only will our Digimon be getting a huge boost in attack, but also it'll get piercing, and as well, it already has raid. So, not only will all those activate, but we'll also get the benefits from, like I said, the Greymon and the Black Agumon from the structure deck. Because if you ever not use those cards work by the same principle of if an attack target is changed, we gain a memory, so we can keep going. And this is really good. Like, let's say we're attacking, we have the X antibody, we digivolve into this Gaiomon, it gets those effects, so it can raid, which means now, or shoot, same thing with the Metal Greymon, the black and red one. The effects activate. We can use the Yuko, and we'll still get the effects from Greymon and Agumon. So I feel like personally the black base might be the best way to go when it comes to the new support that we're going to be getting. Also, really quick, I'll go over the third card we're going to be getting, and this is actually the first card, if I remember right, we got revealed. The new Rise Greymon. Okay, so this card also has raid, so it's really playing into the whole. This is what I mean by I think the black base might be the better alternative right now for the deck, especially with the new support coming out. Because not only does Gaiomon have raid, or also the Yuko effect activates when the attack target gets changed, but also this Rise Greymon has raid. When digivolving, if you have one or fewer tamers from your one or fewer tamers from your black tamer card with a play cost of 4 or less. Dang it! Sorry. If you have one or fewer tamers from your hand and without paying the cost, you may play one red or black tamer with a play cost of 4 or less. All right, or the CS trade. Okay, so this is really good because not only will we be able to, raid and attack with this, and let's say Digivolve into Gaiomon, especially, if we have the X antibody, but also we'll be able to play a Yuko from our hand. So this is what I mean by I think going forward that when the new set comes out this Friday, because if I remember right, July 18th, yes, I'm looking at it right now on my phone, is going to be the pre-release. So if you can go to a pre-release, that's the day we can get these cards, but it will be officially released, to the public January 25th. So if you want to get a head start, I'm honestly going to try to hopefully be able to go to a pre-release this week. I'm hoping to, so that way when I can hopefully get the cards and do an updated deck list really soon. So if you want to see that, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and that's pretty much all I got to mention. I think, like I said, the black base might be the best way to go forward with the deck, but I'd love to hear any ideas in the comments. I think a combination of like I said, the Greymon and the Agumon from the structure deck might be the best way to go. Plus, I also really like how with the Black Agu X, we can still get that ability to search for tamers. Because remember, that card lets us add black tamers to our hands. So shoot, if we want, not only can we do like a mix of the ties, but we can even do a mix of the Yukos or even the Yuyas too. So imagine that actually. Managed to set up a Gaiomon with the Yuko effect in play and the Yuya effect. So that pretty much almost makes our Digimon invincible. So that's just like food for thought. That's just like the first ideas that are coming to my head, and I'm just really excited for this new set. So in the comments, like I said, let me know what you think. I think, by the way, ratio wise, that's where I think is going to be a big problem. Because now we have like 4 Gaiomon, so I think honestly the promo Gaiomon is probably still the best one, and the Blitz Gaio is still a good card for more aggro play. Right now, off the top of my head, I'm thinking maybe a 3 of the EX4 Gaio, and maybe 2 of the promo, 1 each of the Blitz and the new Gaiomon, just to test out. And the Yuko, I'm thinking maybe a 2 of, or maybe a 1 of. Or shoot, if you want, you can maybe even go. That's another thing I was thinking. Now that we have the promo Gaiomon, we really don't need the tie as much. So maybe we can even cut the 3-drop tie that gives blocker and just focus on the redirect tide that will even play you even better into the whole redirect abilities of this deck, so we can even maximize it even better. You could play maybe like two of that, one Yuko and one Yuya. So, and if you can get all of those off, your Digimon's pretty much not going anywhere. So, that's just, I can keep going, but I think those are like the main ideas that I want to come off from this video. So, like I said, let me know in the comments what do you think, and I should be hopefully able to get the cards soon. Because if I don't go, I know some friends of mine are going to go to a sneak peek. So hopefully I can like work a deal out with them and try to do like an updated deck as soon as possible. So if you want to see that, like I said, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a great week. Take care. Bye.